हमें आर्चीज बनानी थी आर्ची फैंस के लिए. Mentally, I was ready to take on the world.
Generally, we feel quite Gen Z. You know?
Yeah.
जोया और रीमा ने जेनजियो के लिए जेनजियो के साथ ये फिल्म बनाई है. हाउ जेनजी आर वी फीलिंग टुडे? वेलकम टू फीवर.
Hello.
I mean, generally, we feel quite Gen Z. You know?
Yeah, we haven't grown up.
Yeah.
Like, let's start with Kamal Sidhu. The casting, there were so many cameos जिनको देख के मैंने कहा it was like a game, you know. इतना मजा आता है. Is it as much fun for you when you're casting?
Yes.
यार कमाल सिद्धू को लाते हैं. पहले शॉट में शायद पता नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन the ones who know do know.
Yeah.
वो हुआ था आपके साथ?
Yeah, I mean, I love casting. I love ensembles. I work with very good casting directors, Nandini Shrikant and Karan Mali. So it's always fun.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think all of them, not just one or two of them. कि ये film जो है, for both of you, is one of the most different films you made in your own sort of biography.
For sure.
And why is that?
I think it's the audience is the widest for us. This is the first time we've written for kids. We usually tend to be above 16.
Yes.
You know, this is the first time I was thinking of my niece, nephew, all the young people in my life, trying to cater to them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. आपके लिए?
Same. It's the first time I've written to my childhood. Otherwise, it's my adolescent. You know, there's always yes, youth-oriented, but not this young and not this innocent. You
Yes,
know.
yes.
So also, it's the first time I shot something that was period. That was fantastical. That's not really real. It's an adaptation of a comic. So it's slightly pushed style and design wise. So all those things were new, and it was also a big responsibility because it's a comic that's globally known. It's globally loved, and the first film has come to India to make the first film for the globe. So it was a bit scary. That's not happened to me before.
Talk about world building. कैसे कर लेते हैं? I mean, it's just amazing. There were points when small things देख के मैं बहुत खुश हुई. Like the gold spot. You know, also attention to detail, right? Like for example, if you know Archie's, तो आपको पता है कि वो एक chocolate milkshake पीता है exactly the way Pop serves it to him. It is laborious, okay? But ये ही तो victory है ना आपके लिए. I mean, do you want to add to, you know, my question about world building? कैसे build करते हैं worlds? क्या important होता है?
I think making a film is like creating a big elaborate lie, you know, and the better the liar you are, the better the film. And you have to inject some truth in it for it to resonate with the people. I think it's very important who you hire. It's very important who your collaborators are because they're all artists and they all come in there with a vision and they want to hear yours and then they'll take yours and add to it and take it to another level. I cannot create this world on my own. It's not possible for me. So whether it's Suzanne Mervanji, who's the production designer, Purnamrita Singh, who's the costume designer, whether it's Nico Sandritsakis, who shot the film, or Natasha Nischal, who's done the makeup, Avan Contractor, who's done hair. These people, the music, Ankur Tiwari, it's not possible for me to create this. Shankar Ehsaan Loy, I can't do it. I need people of that caliber to come in there and say, okay, you can also do this, 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 and this.
Correct.
You know,
Absolutely.
and that's, I mean, and I'm very lucky because everybody I work with feels that much passion for anything they do, and they want to give it the best, and they will work that hard to make sure that that detail is there because that's where it lies.
Yeah, the magic is in the gold spot, guys.
Yeah.
Like spot the gold spot and comment under this video. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Shankar Ehsaan Loy, मेरे हिसाब से it's so underrated what they do. You know, I remember 23 years ago, उन्होंने हमें एक soundtrack दिया था जिसका नाम था दिल चाहता है, and it was literally the heralding of a new generation in just language, you know, visual language, oral language. और मैंने उस time पर आज तक हम ये गाने बजाते हैं. And here they are, 23 years later, और ये दोबारा से कर पा रहे हैं. A word, please, उनके लिए, जोया. क्यों ये इतने खास हैं? या कैसे कर लेते हैं?
I mean, I think they're absolute geniuses. I work with them on soundtracks. I work with them on not just the music of the film, but the background score of the film as well. I don't know, between the three of them, they cover every genre that is possible. They know their music, they love their music, it's easy. It's an easy process for me with them. And it just flows. I don't know how to explain it. they're excellent. They're my favorites. They've always been my favorites.
Yeah.
No, and they're real
yeah.
artists, and this is
Yeah.
what real artists do. They're timeless.
Yeah.
You know, they'll remain relevant. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how young
How many
or
years?
old they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. No, I was just sitting and thinking they did that in Dil Chahta Hai, and then they did this 23 years later, and
Yeah.
they've consistently done it. My favorite song is Politics. You know, कि बहुत ज़रूरी है. And speaking of politics, दो चीज़ें हैं ज़ोया जो मुझे लगा कि as a team, even though ये बच्चों के लिए है, there are words that are for us. You know, जैसे कि you know, to really go into art, you don't have to go away from something, you have to go within. ये line, I'm wondering, दोनों की तो है, you know, is it something both of you all came up with? Do you believe in it?
Remember who
Can't
came up
remember.
with,
Yeah.
We
It
don't
could have
remember.
also been Aisha Divitri who wrote the script with
Aisha
us.
Divitri wrote the script
Yeah,
with us.
so
It may have
we
been
don't know
her.
which one of the
We don't know
three
which
came
one
up
of us
with
wrote
it.
of it.
मुझे इसका basically सार जानना है कि to make art one has to go in, not out. ये line आपकी ज़िंदगी में आपके art में कितने मायने रखता है?
I think it's very important. I think you have to feel, and only when you feel something can you transmit that feeling. It can't be on the surface, you know. And yes, it's important to look out. It's important to see what's going on. It's important to know what's going on, to have your ear to the ground, to study the masters, to all that is important. But you can internalize any of it. But if you don't put it out with feeling, if there's no real feeling in there, it won't be out.
The other line that has stuck with me is that हम minority हैं लेकिन ये फिर भी हमारा मुल्क है और ये मेरे लिए बहुत मायने रखता है because as a non-minority मुझे तो ये experience पता ही नहीं है लेकिन the least I can do is at least empathize and at least have a feeling of what it's like. So thank you for saying you know, grown-up things in a film that might not be for, it's actually for everybody's film, for everybody in every generation. I'm going to ask you some fun rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Sure.
You want to have fun? Okay. What is the best thing about the 60s?
The music.
I think music and this whole protest culture.
Bilkul.
You know, civilians, normal people thinking they can change the world.
Absolutely. Which Archie's character do you identify the most with?
I mean, it's tough to say. It changes every day. Today, I'm Veronica. I feel like a Veronica today. Yeah.
Have you seen how I channeled Veronica in me today? I walked in like her because it does that.
I think most days I identify with Jughead.
Love Jughead. Fantastic. Did you ever have a favorite Indian comic when you were growing up?
Tinkle.
Tinkle, I was also a contributor actually, and I mean there are many. There's Bahadur. There was
Chacha Chaudhary.
yeah,
but I also
Shikari Shambhu. There were many.
Supangi. They were all Tinkle stories. But I also read a lot of Amar Chitrakathas.
Absolutely.
So there wasn't just one story. It was
Multiple
yeah,
stories.
it was multiple stories.
Yeah.
So I had stacks and stacks of Amar Chitrakathas.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What are the best thing about your cast? Okay, so Suhana Khan is an actor. What is the best thing about her as an actor?
What is the best thing about her as an actor? Versatility. She's brave. She'll try anything. She's got abandon in front of a camera. She's comfortable.
Khushi?
Extreme vulnerability. You can see inside her eyes.
Fantastic.
They speak, yeah.
Oh, is there a piece of advice you would give any of the kids or all of them together as they step in and they leave the Zoya school?
Yeah, I think they really formed a bond. I think they're very hardworking, they're very rooted, and I think they really formed a bond. And I just hope that because it's a tough business and it's a tough world, and I hope they always have each other.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Mihir, what is the best thing about Mihir as an actor?
I think he can play anything. Like he can just he morphs. He can play anything.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Well, Gen Z's के बारे में misconception that you're done with.
That kids today they don't know, and their concerns are not relevant, and we know, but no, actually they seem to be way more aware
Absolutely.
about what's happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. the same.
I don't have any misconception of them.
No,
in
no.
that way.
The misconceptions that others would hold
Yeah.
about them.
I think you know that. Yeah, the same thing. You know more.
Yeah.
That I mean, yes, experience accounts for something, and experience is you can't trade that. But at the same time, there's something about being born and living in an age that you inherited.
Correct.
And they were
Absolutely.
born, so they are different people. And we
Correct.
need to respect that, and we need to make space for that.
For that, absolutely. I could talk, you know, a lot about your film, but I always come into close quarters with times. So with someone keeping time. So unfortunately, is baar ke liye. This is all that we can speak to each other about. But thank you so much for the
Thank you.
opportunity.